Right on. What is your own background in football?
So I've been playing football like a lot of the kids we see here from a very young age. Grew up in Leixlip and played at the local club there with Leixlip United all the way up till under 16, and so all the way through. So all the way from an academy, well, no academy at that time actually, it was a little bit older, under 10s, and then up to under 17. And then bizarrely in a way was playing with my brother and a friend of his over in Terranure, in the park there in Terranure, and one of the coaches at Talatown just happened to be there, and we were playing away enjoying it, and he asked would I go over to, at the time, Talatown Shamrock Rovers, just when they amalgamated, and that was the start of the senior journey.
What do you remember about making your debut for the first team?
I remember that a big thing that stands out is I was working, I had a summer job with my uncle, and Mick Byrne had rang home. I'd no mobile at the time, not many mobiles, and my mother rang my uncle who I was working with and got the message to me that I was being brought up to the seniors, and I went and legged it home and got changed as quick as we could, got prepared and went into the game. So that was the week before the actual debut, so trained with the seniors then, and the game v Derry in Talca Park, I remember just training that week, just buzzing the whole week, training away, and the debut, it was all a bit sort of being in a dressing room with Tony Cousins, Mark Kenny, you know, just guys that you're going, as a 17-year-old you're looking at it going, this is amazing, this is where I want to be, and really up first, and couldn't wait to get out onto the pitch to warm up, and then whatever happened in the game. So yeah, the debut, been called to go on again, just wanted to go on and do my best, and I remember Robbo being in the team as well, and being part of that, and just as two young lads, it was just an incredible experience, yeah, in Talca Park, and just the fans, and then just wanting to do as well as I could, and try to stay in the team then, which was no easy task with the players that were around us.
Now, Robbo actually joined Rovers that same year that you made your debut. What do you remember about Robbo as a player?
As a player, just lightning quick, strong, you know, just, I remember at the time just that it was the information he would have been given was take players on, get by them, right winger. I just remember he was just a great lad. Like, you know, we were very young at that stage, and it was just amazing to have a few of us mixed in at that age with the seniors that were around it, the more senior guys, like again Mark Kenny and you know, Matt Britton, lads like that. But Shane was, you could see Shane Robbo was a special talent at that stage, and well deserved to be there, like, you know, and then to go on and do what he did.
Now, you joined Robbo in another team then later on in the year, we should say, Shane Robinson. For those who might not know who Robbo is, or the Robbo that we're talking about, and that team that you joined was actually the coaching team at the SRFC Academy. When did you actually come back to the club as a coach of the academy? So
back to the club then in 2016. It was a chance coming together with Graham Gartland in the Coombe Hospital. We were both in there having our wives, having our children at the time, so it was a chance meeting there. Sat down with Graham, had a cup of coffee, and then came up and met Shane, and it was great to see Shane again. I hadn't actually seen him in quite a while, so it was brilliant to come up and see him and sit down and talk, and to see what was being planned here and what was being done. I was doing a bit of coaching at the time myself, and the opportunity was there to come in and get involved with a young age group. So it was the 2008s, and they were under 9s at the time. So it was a great opportunity to come in and get involved, and yeah, really delighted to be asked between Graham and Shane and what we could work out, and a bit with the community then as well, helping Graham. At the time he was involved with the schools and a lot of community work. So yeah, we worked it all out there, and that's, so yeah, 2016, yeah.
So that was 7 years ago. Are there any of the players who were on your team then doing well at the academy at the moment? Yes,
there's a number of players there doing really well, underage internationals, excuse me, and flying with they're now under 15s. So Adi Solanke, Harry Murray, Sean MacDonald, and a couple of others there that are just doing really, really well, and it's so good to see it where they've come, where they've started from, and where they are now. It's brilliant, and the future is very, very bright for them. So they're in the right place.
So they've remained under Graham Gartland all these years. In the meantime, you switched track altogether, and you became involved in the women's under-17s last year. Are you happy with the way that first year went for the women's under-17s?
Yeah, we were really pleased. It was the first year of having the under-17s and the under-19s, so it was all a big learning curve, a big new experience for the club and for myself and the coaches that were in with us, with Ben and Megan that came in to help with that age group. We felt we put a good group of girls together to go and do. There was no expectations in the first year really, with where we could take it and what we could do, because it was a new group coming together from different clubs, a group of girls coming together from different clubs, different areas, and we went on then to have a really, really good season, a really enjoyable season. It's been a great learning curve and very enjoyable.
Now the women's side of the game is growing rapidly. Were you asked to go on board as coach, or was it something that you wanted to do yourself?
It was at the time. It was something that was asked of me. I knew there was something happening, as in the 17s and 19s coming together, having the two age groups with the women's. And when it was asked of me, I thought I had a sit down, a talk, and a think about it at home. And we felt, it was a really good opportunity to look and go and get involved with it at a much more, a higher level and more intensity to what we were doing previously with the younger kids. But to go in and get involved with the 17s was big. When I was asked, it was a big opportunity that I couldn't turn down.
So quite a lot of the players that you had last year moved up to under-19s this year. How has that worked out for the under-17s?
So our first time kind of dealing with the moving on from one age group to another, for me personally. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. Within that group of the girls that did move on, we had a good core number of girls then that could stay under 17s. So that's been brilliant. We've 7-8 girls that could stay under 17s, and they're in their second year of it. And the experience they gained from last year has been brilliant. So then we added some of the same age group and some younger girls to that squad that they've really, really kicked on and really improved again after all the work that was done last year. And
what are you expecting from your group this year?
Well, last season we probably exceeded all expectations, where we went and we got to a cup final and league semi-final, a cup semi-final and league final. A fantastic season. So certainly this year we're hoping to be right up involved in every game right till the very end of the season. So more finals, and this time hopefully going a step further or 2 steps further with them as well. So certainly we're feeling that way and thinking that way.
Now this year we've seen the introduction of the women's senior team into Shamrock Rovers, and some household names, international players joining the club. What influence has the introduction of the women's senior team had on your team?
Well, for us you liken it to an academy in England or wherever it might be, anywhere in Europe, and for the girls to see the senior team and watch them coming up to train and their professionalism and what they're trying to do, it's brought another level to the whole club on the girls' side of things. The girls can now see that pathway. We've always put demands on them, and standards are very, very important here, and trying to keep those standards. And now when we see what the senior team are doing and what all these international players and where they're at and how they behave, not just on the pitch but off the pitch, and how they act and how they are, it's been huge for our under-17s. Our girls are 15, 16, so to be able to see these senior players coming in and what they're doing has brought an extra. It's put a pep in their step, we could say, for our girls. They can see now there's a pathway for them. There's where they want to go. There's where they want to be. So it's been excellent. Yeah, it's been really, really good.
So they're able to look up to these players, and that gives them something to aim for.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, it gives them that target. Leading up to that, not having a senior team before this year, it was kind of where might we go, what might happen. Now they can see us, they can see the games in Tallaght Stadium. Like I said there already, just how everything is around the place, how the seniors act, what they do, you know, they're fed, all that kind of stuff. The things that just the professionalism have just brought it to another level, and our girls want to be part of that. Like you can certainly see in all the girls of the 17s the drive and the want to do better now, even more so than last season.